Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Darkpool Algo, and thanks for joining me on another end of the day recap pre-watch list building session. Today is Wednesday, October 13th, 2021, and it's a full moon, so be aware of that. Today was a pretty dang good as far as overall, as far as the market was concerned. Started off with a nice little fade of SPY or SPX or ES. Nice little fade of futures at the open to support. Good little rally towards the end of the day. We had FOMC, though it came out a bunch of the same, really. Kind of just the same message it's always been, except for they did say that they put some numbers to the inflation. Approximately about 2% is what they're thinking, and looking to taper beginning mid-November or December. So I expect the markets to fully start making a move within the next day or so. We're going to get into what the markets are going to do, possibly. We're going to review a couple plays. I've been so busy, I haven't really been able to do a lot of trading lately, but I was able to do a trade today. We're going to recap that, and we're going to look at some divergences that have occurred. So with that being said, we're going to take a quick break, do a little intro video. All I ask in return for this information is you hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, share it with your friends, families, neighbors, coworkers. I'll turn my hat around so I don't feel so weird, and actually let these lights hit me. So with that being said, quick break. We'll be right back in just a second. All right, welcome back. So what we're gonna do is I want to look at Snow, Baba, Zoom. Zoom finally made a move today. Let's see what what we went over this morning. We went over Snow, Roku, BA, SE. I actually ended up taking a trade in INMD. Let's see, I can show this one here. I didn't know a whole lot about it, so it was a quick trade. This is great divergence, massive gap to be filled. There's so much opportunity in this stock right here. My trade was literally maybe an hour. I'll show you some screenshots of it here in a minute. So let's just look at that one real quick. INMD was the move. Obviously, it's been on a nice strong uptrend the last couple days. Looked at it this morning, right? What do we have? Everybody should know by now. Stack positive moving averages, 821.34. The 50 was above the 200, and we had some spacing. We had a little bit of separation. We knew that it was going to move. It took out the previous high, right? This is a 15-minute chart. I actually got in on the pullback to the 8 EMA, and I rode the 8 up to the end of the day. Excuse me. The reason I didn't swing this was because I don't trust this market to swing stuff overnight, and the options contract was up hundreds and hundreds of percentages at that point. I knew it was going to be a quick trade. I had my ins and my outs set. This is a possible, this is setting up for something tomorrow. We have, look at this, we've got MACD divergence, right? We got MACD divergence, right? Where price is going up and the center line is selling off. Getting ready to have a crossover on the daily tomorrow. A little concerning that we're trading at 2.5 ATR away from the mean. And this was, two massive gap up days. So this is like, if you can get into one of these, I don't know if they had earnings. Maybe that's what it was. How would I be able to check? Let's see. I'll check float, or let's check out Thinkorswim real quick. INMD. I'm not seeing earnings, so maybe I don't have earnings showing up here. All right. Well, regardless, they're just in a massive uptrend right now. So these are some of my favorite plays to do. Something that can gap up, maintain its gap, and then gap up again and go. We may get one more gap up out of it to take out previous highs at 90. So there's a move from 85 to 90, or there's the move from 85 back down to support, right? 1, 2, possibly a 3-bar play. Could be. So let me just highlight. Let's see. I got in this play. I missed this pullback because I was in the middle of something. Normally, I'll wait for the rally. I'll wait for the pullback to support. See, pullback to VWAP, and then it continued on. So Actually missed that pullback, but I did get the pullback to the 8, right? So I got in here, right? And I got out at the end of the day. $3 move, 3.5%. My options were, let's see, I got in at, I think I got in at like 2. Hold on, let me see here. Let's see, I got in those at 175, out at 260, right? Got in my contracts at 175, held all the way through. Nothing invalidated this trade, in my opinion. Sold out before the end of the day at 260, 175 to 260, 90 cents per contract. That's pretty decent. Super happy about that. Back in the saddle again. DocuSign was the other one that we went over this morning, and did this just? Oh, that's a daily. Ha ha ha. Today's Wu-Tang Wednesday. Yes. Did you guys forget it was Wu-Tang Wednesday? I didn't. I've been listening to it all day long. All right, DocuSign was the play that we went over last night. Look at that gorgeousness. All right, I'm still waiting for this trade to develop. I won't trade anything below their directional SMA. So once DocuSign breaks 262.32, I'm gonna just throw a little alert there. Right, we want to break through it, touch it, bounce off of it. Sensitivity is decent. 15-minute alert name would be DOCU review. Look to get in. All right. The reason I'm doing this is I want you guys to see kind of my trade process, right? I know that I'm not going to get into this trade until I've got trend reversal confirmation, right? Which is what will happen here. Like you could have played, there's probably like a little $3 move there. You could have played it, but look what happened fundamentally, right? We're still in a BBC. We're still in a TTM squeeze. We still want the daily TTM squeeze to curl around and fire off to the upside, right? We got a little bit more consolidation above the 200 SMA on the daily, right? We've got consolidation happening throughout the day, right? The TTM squeeze histogram is now just consolidating. Our moving averages going into today, they were just kind of like, there's a little bit of little concern that we'd get above the 50, right? Now they're stacked positive, 821.34. We're above both BWAPs, and we've got a rising 50 to help us out. So like I said, when we get above, we get up in this area here is when I'll look to start getting back into this position, right? And at that point, I'll probably do some fib levels to see where we're at. As far as the algo is concerned, let's do this. While that loads, this was the algo for INMD. We've got strong bullish divergence pulling this price action up. It doesn't move a lot. It's super consolidated, right? From 68 to 83, right? That's a big range, but that's super consolidation considering, at the beginning of the month it was trading at 165. Now it's at 85. It was cut in half for some reason. Don't know what's the backstory behind it, but I do know the algo is almost vertical. It made a nice 1, 2, 3 type of move today, and I'm not seeing any regular or dark pool block trades come in and help us out, but just know that price action is trading with the algorithm in an overall uptrend, and we'll look at this one more for some continuation. This is only going to be a day trade for me. I'm not swinging. I'm trying not to swing anything. Okay. All right, moving back over to DocuSign. So the algo pulled back today, which is perfectly fine. So actually it rallied up, ran into some overhead resistance. Let me get rid of some of these drawings so that you can see what's going on here. I really like to draw out where the algo turns and pull it to the left so I can see what happened, what's at that level. Oh, look, it was that area here that we gapped down after hitting. So there's something happening at this level. We'll have to look at it back in time to see what's there, but there's probably a lot of stuff happening at this level. So we were just going to keep an eye on that, right? Like I said, this trade is not yet formed, but it's starting to. And this is the reason, one of the reasons why I'm doing this is so that you can see the entire process, especially the thought process that goes into getting into some of these trades, right? Weird little wedge, little gap up. We have a dark pool support at 255.33. That is our downside target. If we do decide to break to the downside, 255.33, I'm going to pay attention to the algorithm. If it curls up at this level and can continue back up, then I feel like it's still maintaining its uptrend. However, if it continues to pull down, we're going to look at the downside play on DocuSign. Okay. The other one that we went over was Snow. Snow had a great move today, but more, I'm gonna get into Snow in a second. But more importantly, I want to look at the Zoom. Zoom. Zoom did a thing today. I have been waiting for this move for a long time. I've been talking about Zoom almost every single day. And you know what? I had an appointment this morning, so I was not able to get into the Zoom trade. It's all right. You win some, you lose some. There's always going to be another trade, especially when your algorithm is just straight, steady net buying. Okay. So the algo, right? It ran into something here and pulled back and continued up. So I'm going to go ahead and look left and see what we got there. Right? Looks like we got some previous highs where there's been an issue at this level. I don't know what it is, 275 maybe. But the algo pulled back. It rallied through it, and now it's attempting to pull back and use that as support. If the algorithm does that over the next day, then I would say that this move from Zoom, even though it was a gap up, right? Just know that there's a gap right there that's going to have to be filled. I think this would be the beginning of possibly a 1, 2, 3 reversal. Okay. Little bit of, I mean, it's kind of yeah, there's a flag there, but that would just mean a lot more consolidation over the next couple of days, probably into the end of the week. Maybe this is a setup for next week. We do have dark pool support at 258.53. It's your dark pool level, 258.53. Below that, 257.65, and below that, 256.12. Don't know if those are going to be valid because of the gap up. They're there. Mark them on your charts just so you know what's going on. And know that we have a gap to fill. Right? So there's the ins and the outs of Zoom. From a technical standpoint, looking at Zoom, gorgeous move today, right? So consolidation, pop up over the supply zone. Remember I said, hey, there's a supply zone there, right? We got stack positive moving averages, 821.34. We had this 50 crossover the 200. This isn't a powerful move too. 5200 crossover, baby slingshot squeeze released, right? We rallied up, ran into overhead resistance, pulled back to VWAP. So we tested VWAP, volume VWAP, and the 21, and then we moved up. This pullback was when FOMC started, right? Pulled back, tested support, came back up, forming a nice little flag, right? Looking a little bit of a... let's see. It's either going to be a pennant, right? Or it's going to be this bull flag here, right? I like it when things line up. When things line up, it makes me happy, right? So the pullback to the 34, right? Definitely heard of. Not too much to be worried about there, right? Looks like the daily cloud top is where we're at now, so I'll have to check that out on the fib levels. But there it is, rally to the mean, right? Massive sell-off. We finally hit the 21 EMA on the daily. That was interesting. That was really interesting. So we finally hit the 21 EMA on the daily. Now do we continue to sell off, or do we get a couple closes above it? So for the trend, in my opinion, to be reversed, we need to close at least 1 or 2 days above the 21 EMA. So we're going to keep an eye on this level here. Just basically where we're at. We've got, just keep an eye on that level there for a couple closes above it. Even if it's consolidating closes, as long as it maintains above that level, then I think we can rally to the highest volume VWAP at 1.5 ATR. Don't like this little 5200 crossover that occurred back here. whenever the 50 and the 200 cross, just know that something's going to happen, right? Crossed above it, we crossed below it, and ever since then, we've just been selling off. Okay, I don't know what's going on with Zoom. Good technical setup. The algorithm. Whoa. The algo's steady buying. Whoa, do you see that? That's funky. It double printed. Wow. I'll screenshot this. That's funky. All right, that's pretty cool though. All right, let's see. Maybe I can get a refresh and we'll look at snow. So snow, I want to look at snow technically first. We're gonna look at snow technically first. So what do we got here? We have a nice rally. I wish oh, look at that. This is a bull flag breakout right here. Let me just mark this up so you can see it. If you're learning about candlestick patterns, right? This is probably one of the strongest one you can learn right here. When you get this, come on. Come on. So you got a pennant right there. It forms a flag. When it breaks out above that, that's a strong move. So again, we had the 50 collide with the 200 SMA on the 15-minute chart. The 50 won the battle and continued to the upside. And now we've got stack positive moving averages, 821, 34, 50. This is a nice strong uptrend, right? So we rallied up to 1 ATR. We pulled back to the mean, right? And from that mean, we launched. So it looks like we're currently at previous highs. Is that all-time high? Nah, couldn't be. Could it? Nah, I didn't think so. So we're at previous highs. Let me just look at this daily chart again. I don't know if that's a cup and handle, but it's real close to being one. It is a cup and handle. So cup and handle on snow. I actually like snow for the long side. We got a daily slingshot squeeze getting ready to happen. We got a MACD crossover that happened today as well. So super bullish stuff. I bet you we had some squeezes released on lower time frames. I'm actually pretty bullish on snow. Price targets. That's all you guys care about. All anybody wants is price targets. So if we go from high to low. Right? I don't like doing the big ones because it puts me in a cloud. We've got a little room to 335 as the 618 retracement from all-time high to current low. So last December's high. Does this stock move in, oh, what's it called? Seasonality. Is this a seasonality stock? Could it be? Let's see, October 25th, right? We popped up, we chopped, popped up, we pulled back in November, and right around November, we rallied up. Could we be doing the same setup? Who knows? Definitely interesting to keep an eye on. I remember trading this last year, and yeah, it was a good time. So, $7 move to the next overhead resistance as far as I can tell, and that is snow. So, super bullish, right? This looks great. Remember how I said we can pull back to like the 34 and it's not a big deal? Heck, we can even pull back to the 50 and it's not going to be a big deal. We start pulling back to the 200-day SMA on the 15-minute chart, start to get a little concerned, right? So that would be what, a $12 drop, 328 to 316, right? Coming back and testing previous highs. I'm gonna mark this on this. I'm gonna mark this level on here just because I got a sneak peek at the algo and I don't like what it's doing. Okay. Let me create an alert. Thirsty bows. Nope. That's a snow melt. It's important if you're going to use alerts that you obviously want to just make sure that you know what the heck you're talking about when that alert goes off and it shows up on your phone or whatever. You're like, oh yeah, that's what it means. All right, so you're like, yep, that's what it means. Okay. Now that would be horrible, right? This would be a cup and handle, right? A little mini cup and handle, long-term cup and handle. Keep in mind we're trading at 1.5 ATR. We pulled away from the mean. So I don't like this. This is concerning. Okay. However, there is a silver lining, and I'll show you what that is right now. All right, we've got the algorithm that is, it has been trading with price action, right? We had divergence that occurred today, right? The algo was selling off, price action popped up, bull flagged. This is divergence. The algo is selling off while the bull flag breakout to the upside. Okay. We have a dark pool level at 2, or hold on, let me just mark this part out first. All right, I'll do the dark pool. We have a dark pool level at 232.50. 323.52. All right, there's our dark pool level. All right, so this is what I'm seeing with the algorithm. Remember I said I like to see what the algo does at key areas? Okay. Like to see what the algo is doing at key levels. It's done this move before, right? How do I want to do this? Let's do this. Right, see how the algo has done this before? Rally, rally, rally. It hits resistance and it pulls back sharply. Rally, rally, rally. Pull back sharply. Build, 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 build. Pull back sharply. So what I'm interested in seeing is, does the algo continue to sell off and break this support line it's held a couple of times now, right? So I'm going to keep an eye on it. Shit, it all goes all the way back to here, right? And keep an eye on this level here with the algo. I'd like to see it bounce back up and continue on to the upside. Then I'd be a little bit more bullish in snow. I'm cautious on snow. That's all I'm trying to say, is that I am cautious based on what the algorithm is doing in relation to price action. This is bearish divergence, right? If I saw this on any other stock, I'd be like, oh, hey, there's a move coming to the downside, right? And if it's a pullback to 323.52, then that's what it is, right? Pull back to support. That's all it is. But that's a $4 move you can make some money off of. All right, that was snow. I'm going to quickly go over BABA. BABA, look at the massive amount of block trades on BABA. That's just a ton. There's a lot of block trades there. We have some white line block trades. If you don't know what the white lines are, then you probably didn't grow up in the 80s. I'm just kidding. White lines are when there's a regular block trade and a dark pool block trade so close to each other, I can't separate them out, right? Looks like we got, I'm just going to call it these two. 164.50, 163.25. Okay. We have a dark pool, 166.25. That came in today, and then 161.25 that came in a little while ago. We have 163.60 is a dark pool level as well. So we've got support underneath us, right? We have got support while a little bit of support there. Is this a cup and handle? Possibly. The algorithm, like I said, it's still consolidating, right? If I can see the algo actually break out of this little Darvis box, right, and get over this regular block trade resistance right here, if it can get over itself, then I think we can continue to move to the upside. However, if it curls back down and continues to move downwards, then I'm going to start looking at some levels to the downside for BABA. Okay. All right. So that's it. BABA on the chart. I don't know if you guys ever watched the show C on Apple TV. It's got Jason Momoa in it, and he plays a sightless man whose name is, I think, Baba. It's Baba or Boba. Boba. It's something like that. Every time I say Baba, that's what I think of. Technically speaking, what did Baba do? What did it do? I talked about it this morning, right? I'm interested in Baba getting out and above this demand zone. So it rallied up. I was like, oh, look at this, right? We have to get above the 50 or the 200 SMA. So if we, that's our upside move. And I think I did a downside move too. But so stack positive moving averages 821.34, right? I probably would have waited till about here to get in. Of course, I didn't play this one. It just rallied through a supply zone. It's using it as support now. 821.34, 50, and 200 SMA, right? A little overextended, looking for MACD crossover to happen, and we had see what happens when that squeeze crosses over and releases. I always talk about this slingshot squeeze. Well, this is what happens when it releases. So curled around, consolidated one day, and released today. Larger than expected move to the upside, right? Looking for that squeeze to release on the 15-minute, or at least bounce MACD crossover. If we do have to pull back, we can pull back to 165.64, which is the 618 retracement, or we can move up to 169.38, which is a previous high, right? Let's see how I can do this. Right, gap up, fade to fill the gap, right? Consolidate, consolidate, consolidate. Little cup and handle, rally. So, like I said, we've got a little bit of work ahead of us. I would be interested in playing this candle right here, just that candle, which is 169, basically 169 to 172. That's all I really want to get out of it. So thanks for joining me. I know this video went a little longer than I thought it was going to. I am live every morning, Monday through Friday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I will see you in the morning. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, make sure you leave them in the comment section below. If you've got a play you want me to look at, leave a comment in the comment section below. I can review it before we go on so that I'm not trying to do stuff on the fly. With that being said, I'll ask in return, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share it with everyone you know. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Stay safe, stay green, enjoy your night, and have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow.